Ready to rock and roll. It is 12 o'clock noon here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. This is the day that the Lord has made. It's Winning Wednesday. All of you that are coming on, thank you for being so kind. Thank you for being so patient. Thank you for always showing up to the Ramonepreston show. Thank you for your feedback. For those of you that are a part of our business community or even our ministry community, thank you so much for trusting my team and I to work with you, to serve you, to help you start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and your wealth building dreams. If you are coming on while we're live right here on this noonday Wednesday, please hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know Prophet Ramon, the squad. We are here on the Ramonepreston show. And be sure, pretty please, to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever you at. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube page. Follow me on other platforms. You can find me everywhere at Ramonepreston, You can also put in the comments what city you're watching me from. Where you watching us from today? We appreciate all of you for watching the Ramonepreston show. So ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time on, for the last week or so now, I've been talking about how to become recession proof. And I've been giving you a lot of different strategies that you can use to become recession proof. Just in case you don't know, we have a lot of things going on in the world today, especially economically. And I think we need some strategies, we need some solutions, we need some methods so that we can be sure to become recession proof. So today I'm going to be talking to you about 5 steps to uncommon results during uncertain times. 5 steps to uncommon results during uncertain times. So if you are new to the show, welcome to the Ramonepreston show. I'm your host, Ramonepreston. Every Monday through Friday, I show up here on this show to share information with you, to help you properly start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries. If you got a ministry, your income streams, your wealth building dreams. This is what we do every day. And we do these things through our consulting division, our coaching division, and our training division. So we have several programs that we provide to our business and ministry community. So whether you are an individual, whether you're a minister, whether you're an entrepreneur, business owner, an investor, or anything in between, we have programs that are tailored to show you how to properly start those businesses or those income streams or ministries, how to properly structure them with the right systems and processes, and how to scale them, how to expand. I mean, who doesn't want to be successful? So that's what we do every day. And I make sure that I give so much value to my community. I just appreciate you watching the show. I appreciate you following us. I appreciate you subscribing to our page. I appreciate you giving us feedback and comments and asking questions and calling in and texting in. I appreciate it all. So today we're going to be talking about the 5 steps to uncommon results during uncertain times. These are 5 steps to uncommon results during uncertain times. So here's the question. The opening question is this: why would you even want uncommon results in uncertain times? Well, because it's uncertain times. Now, you might not think we're living in uncertain times, but listen, there are a lot of people who are uncertain about their financial situation. They're uncertain about their jobs. They're uncertain about their careers. They're uncertain about their future. They're uncertain about their health. People are uncertain. And when you're living in uncertain times, literally when you live in any time, but definitely when you live in uncertain times, the last thing you want to be uncertain about is your financial situation. The last thing you want to be uncertain about is your stability, your economic longevity. You want to make sure you got some type of certainty in that area. And so that's why I'm always preaching and prophesying and proclaiming and preparing people like you so that you do not have to live in uncertainty. I've lived in uncertainty. I grew up in uncertainty. I grew up in poverty. I grew up in scarcity. And for the first, 20, 30 years of my life, I still had the residue of how I was raised on me. And I had to reshape and rethink and reform and reset my mind and my heart and my beliefs and everything in order to get to a place to where I can produce uncommon results in any time, but definitely in uncertain times. So today I'm giving you 5 steps to uncommon results. If you want uncommon results during uncertain times like now, these 5 steps will help you. Okay? Here's step number 1. Step number 1. Step 1 for uncommon results during uncertain times is for you to do the math. You need to do the math. Another way of saying do the math is you need to learn to count up the costs. I just talked to my team today. We were in the conference room a few minutes before the show, and guess what I was doing with them? I was doing the math with them. That's what I was doing with them. Me and my wife this morning, when we got ready to start our day, guess what we were doing? The math. Guess what I did when I went to Starbucks to get my coffee and I sat in the parking lot for a few minutes studying and researching and doing some of my due diligence. Guess what else I was doing? I was doing the math. Every day of my life, I don't care what the situation and circumstance is, I am going to take time out to do the math. This is the first step to uncommon results during uncertain times. The more uncertain the times are, the more volatile the economic conditions are, the more crazier the business world and the financial world becomes, the more uncommon you need to be. And to start being uncommon and seeing those uncommon results, you got to do the math. All right? So if you're taking notes, I want you to write that down. You got to do the math. In other words, you got to count up the costs. I'm going to explain what I mean in a minute, but I want you to write that down, okay? You want to do the math. You want to count up the costs. That's step number 1. Now, what do I mean by doing the math and counting up the costs? What I mean is you got to have the right financial targets. You got to have the right financial targets. Most people do not have the right financial targets. Okay, so that means if you work on a job, you got a business, it don't matter what you're doing. What are your financial targets? Because if you don't have the right financial target, then you don't know what target to hit. This is how you do the math. And a lot of people, when they set goals, when they put game plans together, when they start dreaming big, they always say things like, well, I want to make $1 million, or I want to be a millionaire, or I want to be financially free, or I want to get out of debt, or I want my credit score to be better. But what is the dollar amount to quantify what you want to do? So you got to have a solid financial target, and don't lower your targets just because you don't know how you're going to do it. This is how you do the math. You got to have the right financial targets. So for example, let's say you want to make $100,000 in 2022. That's a financial target. Now, how you make that 100 grand is yet to be understood, is yet to be seen, is yet to be done. But at least you have a target because you're doing the math. You're counting up the costs. Now you can look at what opportunities do I have? Do I have an opportunity to join a business? Do I have an opportunity to be a network marketer? Do I have an opportunity to create new products and services in my own business? Do I have an opportunity to get a promotion? Do I have an opportunity to become a salesperson or to market other people's businesses and just make money off of an affiliate link? But I can't think about those things if I don't have a target. I need a target. And in order for me to get the targets that I need, I have to do the math. I got to count up the costs. So when you think about the quality of life that you want to live, when you think about the things that you want to do, I'm just saying in 2022, you got to put a dollar amount to that. Some people don't think that's necessary. I always hear people say that. Somebody just told me that the other day. They was like, well, I ain't got that. I'm just praying and I'm just trusting God and whatever God's will is. Don't put that on God like that. God ain't around here got you acting goofy. God ain't demanding that you don't put a target to your plans. Matter of fact, there are many scriptures that suggest and that make it clear that God wants you to have a vision. God wants you to have a plan. God wants you to have targets and goals. He wants you to set the trajectory for where you want to go. And a lot of times, if you're just doing it with words and information and you never do it with numbers, you don't stay focused on your target. See, once you do the math and count up the cost of how much money you want to make or how much money you want to have in order to experience a certain quality of life, everything else starts making sense. Because now I can start looking at, wow, I can't do that because that ain't gonna get me there. So for example, if you work on a job right now and your job pay you $25,000 a year and you want to make $100,000 a year, you got to work 4 jobs in order to make 100 grand. So you already know I can't work 3 more jobs like this job to get to 100 grand. So you can take that off the list. But what things can you do to make up that other 75,000? This is how you do the math, and this is how you count up the cost. So step number 1 to uncommon results during uncertain times is count up the costs, do the math. In other words, have the right financial targets. And once you have that target, don't lower your target because you don't know how to get there. Don't lower your target. So if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur and you have a certain financial target, you need to look at your products and your services that you provide. And you need to see what is the dollar amount of your products and services and how many of them, what is the number of them that you need to sell in order to reach that target. Does that make sense? So if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, you got a target for 100 grand, for example. Look at your products and services, see what their prices are, and how many of them do you need to sell in order to make 100,000. Once you get the number of how many you need to sell, then you need to look at how many things you need to do just to sell one. So how many phone calls you need to make, how many text messages you need to send out, how many doors you need to knock on, how many free events you need to put on, how many presentations you need to give, how many people you got to hire to help you to get those things sold so you can hit that target. It's all about doing the math and counting up the costs. That's step number 1. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. Step number 2, to uncommon results during uncertain times. Number 2 is you need to package your ideas, your talents, or your CCs, your core competencies. You need to, this is step number 2. To uncommon results during uncertain times. If we're in a recession, number 1, you should do the math. You should count up the costs. You should know exactly what your financial target is. Because if you don't have a target, you chasing financial freedom and you don't know what the number is. Even if you tried to get to it, you don't know where you're going. You got to put a target. The second thing you need to do is take all of your ideas, all of your talents, all of your core competencies, anything that you have that you know is valuable, you need to take it and package it. You need to package it. If you cannot package it in a product or service through a business, you need to package it in the form of a job description with a business. Does that make sense? Let me say it again. You need to take all your ideas, like if you work for somebody, and you got these amazing ideas and these amazing talents and these amazing core competencies, and you holding them for the day that you can use them for yourself, you're losing. You can't be uncommon and get uncommon results, especially in uncertain times of recessions like now, and you got amazing ideas and talents and core competencies, but you don't want the business owner you work for to use them. You don't want them to have them. You don't want to give everything to everybody. Shh. Man, I will package that stuff up and I will show the business owner that I work for how I can be more valuable to them. Or you package your ideas, talents, and core competencies into products and services. And When you package them, you put a dollar amount to them and you take them to the market and sell them. One or the other, but don't have good ideas right now. Don't have good talents and amazing core competencies and just hold them until the storm blows over, or until you get your business off the ground, or until somebody recognizes you. It ain't gonna happen. You gotta package your ideas, your talents, and your core competencies into either products and services for somebody else's business, or into a job description for someone else's. One of the two. So either your idea is going to be a part of a job description for your boss that you work for, or they're going to be products and services. Either your talents are going to be used in your job description where you work, or they're going to be used for products and services you sell. Either they're going to be used, either your core competencies are going to be used for job descriptions at a job, or products and services, or maybe both. But just don't run the risk of trying to do all things for all people and find yourself with nothing, okay? So number 2, package your ideas. Package them. I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs. I talk to a lot of gifted people, a lot of talented people, a lot of geniuses, and all they do is talk about the ideas they got, the talents they got, how good they are, how this thing is going to blow up, but they never package it and give it to the marketplace and present it and put a dollar amount to it. It's simple as that. It's simple as this. You take an idea, okay? Let's say if you got an idea, you take that idea, you turn that idea into a product, and you take that product to the market. So either that market is going to be the market where you sell your product to customers or clients, or that market is going to be a business owner that you're going to work for and work with using your ideas as products within their market or within their business. Either way, this is what you need to do, because this is going to be uncommon. A lot of people ain't doing this. So what I'm telling you to do, I already know 99% of the people ain't doing it. Like 99% of the people, they're not going to do the math. They're not going to count up the costs. They don't have a financial target. And even if they do, they got the wrong one, because they're not willing to do the hard work. They're not willing to sit down and think about it and process it and go over a calculator over and over again until they get the right number. They're not going to look at their products and services and see how many they need to sell and how many leads they need to get, how many calls they need to make. They're not going to do it. 99% of the people ain't gonna do it. So if you choose to do what I'm telling you to do, I'm telling you, I guarantee you're gonna get uncommon results in these uncertain times. And if you package your talents, your ideas, if you take the things that you're good at, or the ideas that you have, and you put them in a package, and you make them products and services with prices, and take them to the marketplace, or if you work on a job, give that job your ideas. Give that job your talents. Give that job your core competencies. This is how you're going to win. All right. Number 3, step number 3 to uncommon results in uncertain times. Number 3, you need to occupy over occupied. This is so funny. Over occupied space. Like these principles, by the way, everything that I'm sharing with you today, I have it in my Millionaire Blueprint. Like all this teaching and training that I give, it's in my training program, because I want people to change their mindset. I want people to elevate their game. I want people to win. And I know until you start getting this type of information and learning this and believing it, it ain't nothing gonna happen. So this is step number 3 to uncommon results during uncertain times, like now in this recession. I hope you understand what I mean by this. If you don't, I'm gonna explain it to you. What I say is occupy over occupied space. Occupy over occupied space. So there's a book called Blue Ocean, right? And it's like a blue ocean strategy. And what this blue ocean strategy means is, if your business or your products and services can be different enough they can actually get more attention in the marketplace, which is true. But then there are other concepts like red oceans and even purple oceans. So on one hand, you may have a red ocean over here, and then you may have a blue ocean over here, and then let's say you got a purple ocean in the middle. So what this means is you got this space over here is red. That means there's a lot of blood in the water, right? A red ocean. So that means it's bloody. Sharks are everywhere. It's overoccupied, right? The purple ocean is kind of like a mixture of red and blue because it's not overoccupied, but it's not overoccupied, but it's not underoccupied. It's kind of like a mixture of people who doing the same thing and some people who doing a little bit of different, right? So you got the purple ocean. Then you got the blue ocean over here where you're just like Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg was in a blue ocean because it's like nobody had Facebook, right? I mean, you know, Uber is kind of like a blue ocean where the taxi business was the red ocean. Maybe people who were doing like certain specialized transportation services was purple, but then Uber came and they went right to blue. They were like an anomaly. The reason why I don't always recommend that the average entrepreneur or hustler or go-getter I don't always recommend you going to the blue ocean, because a lot of times you could go to the blue ocean and you can drown. You know why you drowning? Because you got an idea that hadn't been proven. It's not proven. You're not Mark Zuckerberg. You're not Elon Musk. You don't have those type of people around you. Most entrepreneurs and people who just getting started in their financial careers and in their freedom, they don't have the kind of support that some of these other people maybe in Silicon Valley have. So guess what? You shouldn't always go to blue. Sometimes what you need to do, and this is what I recommend, go to the red ocean. Occupy overoccupied space. This is how you do it. Like, this is the game here. Like, I should do a whole teaching just on this. Because the red ocean, guess what you already got? You already got people who doing business. You already got people that got products and services. You already got people that's already reinvented the wheel that was already created when the wheel was created. All you got to do is come over here and over-occupy it. Start overcompensating. Start over-promising and over-delivering and going the extra mile. Just the fragments that fall from the red ocean will be enough to feed you. I'm telling you how you can produce uncommon results. This is a powerful, powerful strategy right here. This is where people buy businesses for pennies on the dollar. This is where people buy real estate for pennies on the dollar. This is where people buy time from other people. This is where people buy proximity. Not in blue oceans, and most of the time it's not in purple oceans. It's in red oceans. This is a powerful principle I'm giving you for free right here on the Ramonepreston Show. Listen, I be giving value to people. I'm giving you stuff that I know you can do today. I give you real strategies, real principles that I know can change your life. Okay, number 4. Step number 4 to uncommon results during uncertain times. If you're getting anything out of what I'm sharing with you, I want you to put something in the comments to let your boy know that you're learning something. Let me know what you're learning. Let me know what you're getting from me today, okay? Number 4, step number 4, you need to get in the KNOW. You need to get in the know. You need to get in the know. What do you mean, Ramon? I need to get in the know. How does getting in the know produce uncommon results for me during uncertain times? Duh. And I'm not insulting your intelligence, but I'm just saying, think about what I'm saying. Okay, if this is step 4 to uncommon results during uncertain times, uncertain. So there's uncertainty in the world. People don't know what's going to happen with the markets. People don't know what's going to happen with jobs and businesses and commerce and the economy and their health and all this stuff. So that means There's uncertainty. But I'm saying get in the know. The moment you get in the know, you remove uncertainty. You remove uncertainty. Most people who are uncertain today are uncertain because of what they don't know. I mean, think about it. You're uncertain because of what you don't know. If you were certain, it would be because you knew something that other people didn't know. So if you ask me right now, Ramon, how do you get to Dubai? Or Ramon, how do you get to some address in California or Iowa? I would be like, without looking at a GPS or Googling it, I wouldn't know, because I don't know and I don't have the certainty to get you there. But if you ask me, Ramon, without looking at your phone, without taking a GPS or getting assistance, can you be certain to take me to your house? Of course, because I know where my house is from here. I know that, so I have certainty. So getting in the know is all about getting around the right people. So you gotta change your circle of influence. You should be getting around masterminds. You should be joining successful communities. And guess what? You should be listening to different people than the same old lame people who keep telling you the same old crap about life. Like if the people you call every day and talk to every day, if all they talking about is the gas going up, my rent going up, they trying to take my money, they this, they that. You talking to, it's because you're not in the know. You're around people who lack knowledge. You got to get around people who know how to succeed. You got to get around people who are actually succeeding. See, I'm not going to waste my time. I don't. And I'm telling you right now, I do not waste my time. Now, I may give somebody a few minutes until I find out what they know or what they don't know. But I'm not going to waste a whole lot of my time with people who have no idea where they going, and all they doing is just talking about a lot of nonsense that ain't going no. I'm not wasting my time with those kind of people. And you shouldn't waste your time with those kind of people, because you need to get in the know. You need to get in the masterminds. You need to get around successful communities. You need to be in circles of people who are so far ahead of you that they make you feel funny. Like if you're around people who are really successful, they make you feel funny. Like when you see me moving around a lot in different places and you know the people that I'm around are extremely successful, like I was sharing with y'all, I think last week when I came back from Miami. So we're in the room and we're having this session, right? And the gentleman that was up in the front teaching the session, he's up there talking about how he just had a conversation with 3 different people who are preparing and planning to purchase their own jets. Their own jets. Now, this might make some of you who are small-minded feel uncomfortable. So what? That's because you're small-minded. If somebody's uncomfortable with you talking about jets and money and success and legacy and building something that can help a lot of people, that's their problem. That's their problem. That's their issue. Don't let them project that on you, because it's okay for you to be godly and want to have something. It's okay for you to be a man or woman of God and preach the gospel and love God's people and serve the community and want to have something for yourself and for your family. And anybody that makes you feel that it's not okay are the anybody's you don't need to be around. They are not in the know. They are ignorant of things outside of the small world they live in. Those are the people you don't want to be around. Number 4. All right, so now let's get to number 5, and I'm going to let you go because I have an appointment that I got to go to. Number 5, step number 5 to uncommon results during uncertain times. Number 5, I got this from my rich uncle. I'm using his today. Take massive action. I got this from my rich uncle. Take massive action. I got this from one of my most trusted mentors. Take massive action. If you want uncommon results during these uncertain times, start taking massive action. That means you can't waste time doing things that just got you goofing off. Because if you keep goofing off, guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen if you keep goofing off? If you keep goofing off, you're going to become goofy. And if you don't want to be goofy, stop goofing off. Start taking massive action. So what type of massive action do I need to be taking? Well, let me help you. Here's some massive action you need to be taking. You need to be taking massive action in educating yourself. And educating yourself on things that can help you become successful. Not educating yourself on things that ain't doing nothing but giving you more information, but ain't getting you no closer to your financial target. Goes back to the first step. If you did the math, if you counted up the cost, if you have the right financial target, then your actions should be actions of educating yourself on how to hit that target. You're not going to just hit a target because you work hard. It ain't happening. Some of the hardest working people in the world are struggling because they're not getting the right education and information on things that can help them become more successful. All right? So you want to take massive action in your education. You also want to take massive action, and this is a little different, in your training. Because when you're training, what you're doing is you're taking your education and you're actually working it. You're putting it to practice to see how you can get better at it. Training is different than education. You could be educated by just getting taught some information, getting taught principles, getting taught views and philosophies and perspectives. You could be educated. But somebody who's trained, here's an example I can use to show you the difference as well. When you go to college, most of the time you go to college 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you get a associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, a master's degree. Well, most of the time when you're going to college, what are you getting? You're getting educated. Because you're sitting in classrooms, you're learning, right? But when you go to trade school, you're not just getting educated. You're also getting training, because now, let's say if you go to HVAC school, you got to learn how to work the HVAC, so you practice on it. If you go to music school, like to become a producer, or if you go to school to become like a marketing school to learn how to do digital marketing, they got like classes and academies. If you go to like my school, Ramonepreston University, you're getting educated, but you're also getting trained, because you got to learn how to start a business. You got to learn how to integrate systems and process. You got to learn how to manage that business. You got to learn how to implement these strategies in your finances. So you don't just get educated, you got to get trained so that you can come out better, not just full of information. So you got to take massive action in getting educated and trained. And most of the times you probably getting the wrong information. So that means you're getting educated on the wrong things. And most of the time people ain't getting no training. So they don't even know what they're doing. So you get educated, take massive action on it. So you got to stop wasting time. This is not like, listen to me. When you hear people say things like, oh, during the Great Depression, more millionaires were made than ever before. During the 2008 recession, more millionaires were made than ever before. During the 2020 pandemic and quarantine and COVID alert, and that situation that happened in 2020, more people became millionaires. Well, guess what? Right now, if we're in a recession, how do these people become more successful? They're not just sitting back like praying like, Lord, please make me a millionaire in this recession. Lord, please just let a Brinks bag fall out the sky. Lord, please. It's not happening like that. The way it happens is people start doing these 5 things that I'm telling you. So you got to take massive action in your education, massive action in your training, And then you got to take massive action in your efforts, in your work. So you need to put work in. You need to put time in and money in and resources. Like if you got money set aside and you are a business owner and you ain't recycling that money in your business so that your worth and your value is not in a bank account but in your business, you're doing it wrong. You're not taking massive action. I keep putting all my money back in my business. Like almost every dollar I make, I put my money right back in my business. I keep doing it over and over again. Yep, I keep doing it. I keep rinsing, repeating, recycling, and guess what keeps happening? My business keeps growing, my organization keeps expanding, my reach gets further. I'm getting bigger and bigger as I go because I'm taking massive action with my education, with my training, with my money, with my resources, with my time. You got to take massive action. I do not have time, money, or resources to give to anything else other than my success and the financial goals that I have created for myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the 5 steps, to uncommon results during uncertain times. Number 1, you got to count up the cost. You have to do the math. You have to have the right financial targets. And your financial targets have to be big enough and quantified so that you stay motivated to reach them. So that means you got to do the math on how much money you want this year, how many products and services you got to sell in order to get that number, how many people you need to reach, how many presentations you got to give, how many phone calls. You need to know what those numbers are. And if you're not tracking those numbers, or you don't have any systems or processes in place and you don't know how to get those numbers, it's only because of what you don't know. And we have programs that we show you how to put all that in place. We teach you how to put systems and processes in place. We teach you how to structure your business in a way so that you can track all the activity of your business. We show you firsthand how this needs to get done, and we have programs to make that possible. Step number 2, package your talents and your ideas. Take what you're good at and package it. So as an entrepreneur, you want to turn your ideas into products and services. So if you're a business owner and you don't have no products and services, or you're not sure about them, you're not clear on them, you don't know how to price them, you don't know how to package them, that's something that we can solve for you. This is what we do as business consultants here. We help people take their ideas, turn them into products and services, price them, package them, put them in their business, go into the market and sell them, or at least try to sell them. But you can't even try to sell it if you don't put it together. We show you how to do that. Number 3, occupy over-occupied space. I truly believe that this concept of blue oceans, red oceans, and purple oceans can confuse you as a small business owner or as a startup entrepreneur, because it may work for some people, but it don't always work for other people. The blue ocean strategy might not work for you. Maybe the red ocean works best for you. So I'm going to always tell you, go to the red ocean. Go to the over-occupied space and occupy that space. Because if you don't get nothing else, you're going to learn that it's a whole lot of competition out there, and you're not like this extraordinarily special person with what you're doing. Like, I don't care who you are. You're a preacher. Well, preachers come a dime a dozen. I'm a motivational speaker. Everybody is. I'm a coach. So everybody is. I'm an entrepreneur. My product and my service, I'm the best at what I do, said you. But no one else thinks that, right? So you're already in a red ocean. So you might as well start learning to build a muscle to occupy over-occupied space. Number 4, you need to get in the know. You need to get around people who are motivating you, who gonna inspire you, who gonna keep you excited, who gonna give you a reason to keep going hard, and the right information on how to go hard. And number 5, you need to take massive action. Everything I'm telling you to do, I do for myself, I do for my business, I do for my family, I do for my church, I do for my community. I'm doing it for you. I would love to have an opportunity to partner with you to help provide more solutions and strategies and resources to you. We have some amazing programs here that we know can help you put a business or a ministry or any type of organization together and successfully grow that. We have programs for online training in business and finance. We have coaching and mentorship programs. I would love to have a few minutes to talk with you, to share more information with you, and to see what exactly are you doing right now in this recession. What do you want to accomplish, and what do you need to actually make that happen? If you want to have that conversation, I'm always available. I make myself available. I'm open to have that conversation today. As a matter of fact, you can reach out to me right now, and within the next few minutes when I get off this live, we can be talking. So all you have to do is text the word millionaire right now. If you text the word millionaire to me right now, to 404-478-7213. Now again, we are live, so if you're watching the replay and it's 4 in the morning and you text this number and nobody don't get back with you till 8:30 or 9, then come on, understand, like, we live right now, okay? It's like almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now. So this is Wednesday. It's live, we're here, and we want to help you. So text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. I love what I do as a preacher, as a minister, as a leader, as an influencer, as a millionaire mogul, as a business consultant, as a coach, as a trainer. I love everything that I do. And I love doing it, one reason, because I love seeing the results that people like you get in your personal life, in your professional life, in your financial life. So text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. Let's take a few minutes, chop it up, talk with you, see what you have going on, what you want to accomplish, and let's show you what we can do to help you hit that target and reach your goal. So I love all of you. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining the Ramonepreston Show today. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube page. We have over 7,200 subscribers, I think. And I want to get to 10,000. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I need your help. I need your help. I need your support. Subscribe to my YouTube page. And while you're at it, make your way to LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can find me on those platforms at Ramonepreston, Be sure to follow me on those pages. We're always putting out content. We're always sharing what we learn and what we're doing and what's working for us with our community. And we love to have you a part of it. So reach out to me, text the word millionaire to the number you see behind me, and let's have a talk. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time, right here on the Ramonepreston Show.